I just want to show some video of the Citizen EcoDrive Nighthawk. As you can see, this particular model has the black face. This is one of Citizen's EcoDrive watches, which means that the face collects light, sunlight, or artificial light to charge a cell inside. So it doesn't need a battery, doesn't need to be wound. They're supposed to last a really long time. I've had one for about 9 years now, and it's still going strong. Very, very pleased with how they've worked. It's also a quartz movement, which means it's very accurate. One of the things I really like about this watch, as you can see, the dial is pretty cluttered at first glance. There's a lot of detail on the dial. But the time, the hands, the numbers, and the hour pips really stand out on this watch. So if you just glance quickly at it, you sort of get a sense of just the time, sort of that little detail fades into the background. But when you look really close, you see the slide rule around the bezel, all of the small number markers, the 24-hour time indicator, which is that half circle of red and white numbers towards the center of the dial. And you can kind of see there the little red, it looks like an airplane. There's also a white one just opposite, and that shows the hour and 24-hour time. So right now you can see it's almost 2 o'clock, 1400 hours, and the red hand towards the bottom is almost pointing to the 14. If this was 2 a.m. or 200 hours, the white hand would be pointing to the 2. So it gives you 24-hour time. You can also set the 24-hour time to be a different hour than the face time. So you could set it to UTC, you could set it to GMT, another time zone, and it would show you basically 2 time zones on the watch at the same time. It's kind of hard to see on the video because my camera won't focus that closely, but the printing for the slide rule is very, very crisp and sharp, and things line up really nicely. This crown at the 8 o'clock position controls the rotating of the bezel. It rotates very smoothly in both directions and lets you do slide calculations. I'm not going to get into that. You can search on YouTube for videos on how to use these logarithmic slide calculators, but you can do math on them, you can do conversions. It works really well. Let me show you on my wrist. One of the things that I always like to check and show off is how the watch fits, especially for guys that have bigger wrists. I've got a big wrist and a big hand, and if anything, this watch completely let all the way out is too big for me, so that's kind of rare. So let me show that next. One thing I want to point out before I show this on is it's all solid links. The only part that isn't solid are the end links. Those are folded. And there are 3 what they call micro adjust positions there that you can see. And I actually have this on the tightest, but this is with no links removed. It's still plenty loose on me, and when I first received it, it was set to the far right micro adjust hole, and it was just spinning around on my wrist. It was impossibly large. The bracelet itself is pretty good quality. I think I've got some nicer bracelets on some Seikos that I own, but for the money, this is pretty nice. It is kind of a maybe lightly brushed stainless steel. It seems to be pretty durable. I haven't picked up too many scratches on it, and it's been comfortable. Hasn't caught my arm hair or anything like that. The clasp is a classic Citizen clasp. It's got the fold over and then the 2 buttons to open it, so it won't come open accidentally. And then you've got the Citizen logo on the crown, and that is a screw down crown, so this gets a WR200 rating. So you can go swimming, you can wash your car, you can take a shower, and it's not supposed to get any water in, and I have done most of those things and have not had any problems with it. So let me show the watch on my wrist. Okay, so here's the watch on my wrist, and as you can see, I've got a pretty big hand. I think that the last time I measured my wrist, it was about 8 1/4 inches, so pretty big, and you can see the watch still slides around. There's plenty of room. I like to wear my watch a little bit loose, and this is good for me. And as I said, there are the micro adjusters, so you could make it a little looser, a little tighter, or take links out and adjust it. So if you've got a small wrist, you could certainly size this down. And if you've got a big wrist, no problems there. It fits and works great. This watch actually wears pretty big. I've got another watch that is the face is about the same size, and this watch actually looks visually bigger. I think it's because the bezel is so thin and the printing is so fine it just sort of disappears into the background when you look at it. The other watch has a thicker, heavier bezel that makes the face look smaller. But this has been a really good watch. Fit and finish is excellent. My only nitpick, I guess, is that the end links are not solid, but they don't look like they're going to go anywhere. It's a great watch. Let me show you the lume on the hands so you can get an idea of what that looks like. I've been very happy with how this watch has worked in the dark. Alright, just trying to get someplace that's a little darker so you can see the lume. This is the Citizen Blue lume. It's not green, it's sort of a bluish color. And this is literally just as bright as it's been from being out and wearing it on my wrist. If I hit it with a little flashlight here, you can see it glows really brightly. The 12 and 6 hour markers, as well as all of the non-Roman hour markers, or I'm sorry, non-Arabic hour markers, glow very nicely. The hands glow really brightly. You can see the hour hand and the minute hand are nice and wide, so you really see the glow. There is no lume on the GMT hands or the second hand, so I don't know if that's a problem or not. You can see the second hand as it passes over the hour or the minute hand, but that's about it if you're in a dark room. Now the lume on this, it sort of fades down pretty quickly, but it lasts a long time. I have no problem seeing it in the middle of the night. Can just sort of raise my wrist up to my arm and definitely make out the time. It lasts all night long. So very happy with the way this watch works, looks, fit and finish is great. Highly recommend if you've been thinking about it, pick one up, add it to your collection. It is an excellent Citizen watch.